All right. Are we almost live?
We are live.
We are live. Well, then we will call this meeting to order at 800 hours. Any changes to the agenda?
None from me.
All right, then we'll adopt the agenda as presented. Minutes of the previous meeting, any comments, changes, edits?
Yeah, on page 4 with the transport waivers. I do
Okay.
believe it needs a second and passed in there.
Oh, yeah, good point. And anything else?
On page 5, I'm trying to find it here. My mouse broke down this morning.
Uh-oh.
So
You need a battery change? Like, we can help you out.
no, I got a battery's working. It when someone was helping me set up, it fell on the floor. So
Oh, okay.
I think that's kind of did it anyway. In the second line in where is it, drivers? So I'm having a real tough time here trying to get back and forth because I normally don't do it with my fingers. But I think there's the second "it" should be removed.
The second line of that, yeah. It
Yep.
was changed it too.
Yep.
Yep.
Those are
Anything
the
else?
only things I found in there.
All right. Then I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes with those changes.
I second that motion.
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Excellent. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so job descriptions, old business, job descriptions. We have updated job descriptions for benefit specialist, record specialist, APAR specialist, and office assistant. Do we want to handle those one at a time, or do we want to handle them as a group?
I just wanted to thank the chief for sending the old stuff. I appreciated that to see where some of the updates were.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't our best record keeping of that, but it got pretty complicated on track changes.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so any other changes to these policies? Job descriptions, I mean, not policies.
I didn't see anything that
Okay,
stuck out.
then I'll make a motion, we approve the benefit specialist, the record specialist, the APAR specialist, and the office assistant job descriptions.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
I would just like to mention to thank Christine for going through and working those up. She spent a lot of time
Yes.
to get those all right. So
yes, I appreciate that. I appreciate that tremendously. I know it was a lot of work because I went through them and there's a lot there.
A lot there.
And okay, so 452 bid is out. It looked to me as reading through that bid that it's while it is in some respects specific, it offers a lot of latitude for somebody to make recommendations, changes, and
My problem is I don't.
all that kind of thing. So I kind of I like it, and at the same time, I'm wondering if anybody's going to look at that and say, "What the heck? Where do I go with that?" So I'm guessing that the any agency that would bid on it would have a good idea of what we're doing and what we want, and would have good recommendations.
yes, yeah, we wanted to be specific where we needed to, but it's pretty unique. And without having an engineer come in, we wanted some latitude. So when they come back and say, well, that just does not make sense, that we could still fit within the bid. So
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent.
This is busted.
That's broken.
So
Oh,
there's
okay.
new one.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
so,
Page, the next one. Firefighter Green, chief's office, please.
I had a question in looking through that. I noticed that it's going to have like lights on the top, just like our regular other vehicles do. Is that,
Correct.
okay.
yes.
And then I was wondering what kind of heating or cooling system does it have
It's
for
got-
inside the cab?
It's got a normal heater, like you would say. It has no AC, but we put that in as an option.
Oh,
Again,
okay.
letting them, Getchell put an AC on there, but it was, it would be about a quarter of the cost of our expected cost just for the AC. So we basically let the people give us options to see if there's a different product out there that might work better, because it has to be its own self-contained add-on unit, like for an RV or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Yep.
So we are awaiting the arrival of firefighter Green.
Come around here. I'd like to introduce you our newest employee. This is firefighter medic Ryan Green. He started at the first of the month. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome.
Weeks for the rest of the month, and then move to shift work. This is Commissioner Smoker, Commissioner Flath, and Commissioner Merritt.
Nice to meet you.
Excellent. Yes, nice to meet you and welcome to the group.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Okay,
Financial, accounts payable, any questions on accounts payable today?
Mine was already answered. Thank you.
Okay. So having no questions about accounts payable, I'll make a motion, we approve accounts payable as presented.
Second it.
All in favor? Aye,
Hi.
good. Pre-auth for, resolution 527, pre-authorization of vouchers resolution. Any questions about this, about the intent or about the content?
About how often would this thing be used?
the intent would be to use it all the time in the future, but that'll be up to you. That would be my intent. That'll be up to you guys. It's kind of like what Chief Simmons talked to you about when COVID first hit. When COVID first hit, it's kind of like the consent agenda, but it's a different part. We wouldn't really need the consent agenda. It allows us to pay bills, just like I was asking Mike today. We're gonna have trouble with getting payroll in and bills in on time in the November meeting because our meeting is on the 30th, and that's not enough time for us to get it done and get it to the county. We always have trouble at the end of the year getting stuff. I have to go run and get Evan's signature today, and I asked Mike, what happens if one of you took a 2-month vacation? We're not sure the county. So this kind of just allows me to do it. The bills you're paying are either been approved through budget, line item budgets, or through purchase authorization by you. So you've seen all these bills one way or the other. So the idea is I pay them, and then you still get the AP just like you do now to review. So if you have questions, concerns, you will still get that same printout. They'll just already have been paid.
I might point out that a lot of the bills that we see have already been paid anyway.
Yeah,
Reoccurring.
Yeah.
reoccurring, and
Reoccurring.
they're incurred. So there's really no way, we've already got the service or the equipment. There's really no way to not pay them.
Mhm.
You would kind of have to give us direction, staff, that you don't want it done that way before, or you don't want us to do that. But either way, it's always kind of in the rears, and this just finishes that. So we can, in my mind, what it does is allows us you as a board and us as a staff to focus on the non-reoccurring stuff that happens all the time and spend more time working on that instead of just getting the warrants paid by the county.
Yes.
Well, I do know that, I know it includes payroll in there too, and I thank you for your explanation of the issues behind that. But I remembered, I think my first year or something, I caught some issue in the payroll, before it
Yeah.
went in. And anyway,
And we can still
Yes.
correct those. Like I said, the time, the times that happens to me is not worth it puts a lot of strain on staff here to get everything done in time because there's all these deadlines.
mhm,
So you can still catch those and they'll still get corrected if we found a mistake.
okay,
So there's
That's good.
no, it's just a correction instead of getting it before it goes in, but the end result to the district and the people is no different.
okay.
Okay, so I'll make a motion. We approve resolution 527 as presented.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Good. Thank you. Station 41, seal coat. Potholes, station 43.
So let me make sure I get the right ones. We have a seal coat that needs at 41. That was in the budget, but we're actually going over that line item. So that's why we're coming to you with the purchase auth. So it doesn't fit in with that resolution that we fixed last month. Gary was not able to get very many quotes. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. So it's the next one, the 43. He only got one company that would agree to do just the pothole. That's why you see that weird bid that has $20,000. That company would not fix the pothole unless they got to seal the whole station. And so that's why Gary's recommending the one company, because they will do what we want for a less of a price. The price is less because they're doing what we want, not extra stuff. So that is those two. Any questions?
Not for me.
I noticed that on page 66 in there, they still had a different person's name.
Oh yeah, that's
So,
probably in their system. I'll have Gary make sure they correct that.
okay,
We could send a bill to Tim, that would.
Yeah, I'm good with that. If you guys approve it, I can.
Yeah,
well, I just noted that anyway, so.
yeah. Okay, so do I hear a motion here?
So you're looking at which one of these bids?
We're looking at Picasso paving for 41 and Picasso paving for 43. So you could either do one motion or two motion. That's two purchase offs.
Yeah, I'll motion to approve both bids for Picasso paving.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye,
Um,
good. Okay, and then extrication equipment.
So this is getting our last engine to the same type and brand of extrication, the battery powered hydraulics. That way they're all interchangeable. The batteries are interchangeable. This was put out at last year as on our capital funding plan kind of priorities. I went back through the minutes and didn't see that there was any objection, so I was trying to work on some of those things. We didn't do a lot of our big capital purchases this year, our engine or the burn building, so I was trying to get some of the little ones moved on, and this is one of the ones that was needed to get done so that we can be all standardized.
Right.
Mhm.
And it's a sole source, so that's why you only see one. Because Ellen Curtis is and we have that letter there, that Ellen Curtis is the only one that will sell them. We got to have that kind to be interchangeable.
Right. All right, I make a motion and we approve that purchase.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Power cot purchase.
So I did not include the information in here because it was last minute. But you can approve it or not. I was going to just tell you that we were going to do that and get some general information. Then when I emailed our attorney, Brian Snur, he said that Marysville had just went out 2 years ago on a bid for these things, and the bid had language in there that they have to keep that bid open for 3 years. So with a motion, we can just tack on to Marysville's bid and purchase off that. They're about $20,000 a cot. My recommendation would be doing our 3 front out ambulances, so 60,000. We had budgeted tentatively 78,000 in our capital plan that you saw in November of last year. And again, these are cots that are assist the pulling in of the cot into the ambulance. And all of our, Marysville was kind of the last one that doesn't have them. So Marysville, Everett, South County, District 7, District 8, District 3, whatever we want to call them, all have them. So we're kind of getting up to speed with our auto aid partners. We already bought the cot itself, so we're just adding the power load system.
Yeah. So I'm sure Evan knows what we're talking about. Richard, do you have any questions about what this is?
No, I think we talked about it a year and a half or so ago.
Yeah,
Something like that. I kind of remember it then, or maybe 2 years ago.
it's been a while, yeah.
They're extremely helpful. Like I can't even explain to you the amount of work that they do. And my theory on it is one back injury is worth every single dollar so spent on these load systems.
Okay, so I'll make a motion. We approve the purchase. Not that we need to, but we'll do it anyway.
The purchase of 3?
3,
Well,
yes.
I think we need to word it that we're approving the purchase using the Marysville bid.
Okay, then I will modify my motion to that.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Right.
Aye. Good.
And that was for 3, right?
3, yes,
Yeah, one
Correct.
for each ambulance. Okay,
yes.
all right.
District and staff comments.
Look, Jason, go first.
Jason, any comments?
Jason.
His audio's down.
Oh, does he have to come to my computer?
Yeah.
Okay, come on in. He's coming. Oh, I locked him out. Look at that.
For good reason.
That's why you weren't talking.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I didn't have any mic over there. We're still working out the technical difficulties in that temporary office. So I prepared kind of what Chief Waller did in the past for you guys, a operation report. And it looks like the last one we did was a few months back, and we've switched over to a couple different reporting systems. So we're on ESO, not ERS. So there's some information we're still working on how to data mine that information out of the new system. So I broke down the call volume by station, how many total incidents we went on in July and August. Excluded from the report was the mutual aid calls. Obviously, we did get mutual aid, and we also gave mutual aid. I just, at this point, we haven't figured out how to get that report out of ESO. We're working on that portion of it, but as you can see, we're pretty consistent. I think 374 responses in July, 356 in August, pretty even breakdown consistency between the stations as far as total numbers of incidents they responded on. We did have several structure fires, and I didn't get details. I'll do a better job next time on having more details on some of the more significant calls we went on. And we did have one water-related call that we responded to with Boat 31 out on the Snohomish River. So that's under incidents. Under apparatus, Battalion 43, from what we understand, it's sitting in Vancouver. Still getting some work done on it. Don't have a timeline. Should be fairly soon when it gets delivered to us. And then, as you guys know, I think you know, Rescue 43, the old International chassis we had, Neil Bromley and the crew has spent the last couple months going through and made that into an MCI rig. So we have all of our MCI tools and equipment placed on that rig. It's currently sitting out at Station 40, and it's close to being discussed at the county level as far as putting it on run card. So we're pretty close to rolling that thing out and offering it to the county. So I'd like to say thank you to Neil and the crews that put in a lot of time to make that happen. That's going to be a lot more functional MCI rig than a trailer, for sure. Under equipment, you guys last board meeting approved the purchase of some PPV fans, the battery operated ones. So we went ahead and ordered those. We took delivery last week. Those are already sitting on our engine. So we've already done some in-service training on them. So I want to thank you guys for that. That's a big upgrade over the gas-powered ones as far as weight and how much room they take up on the rig. They're really nice. So a lot of positive feedback on those new fans. We also took delivery last week of the new SCBA fill station. So it's sitting at the station. It's in the process of getting wired, and then there'll be some in-service training before it's functional, but it is here. So if you guys get a chance to swing into 43, you can take a look at it. It's really looks like a really nice unit. So hopefully that'll be up and operational in the next week to 2 at the most. In the meantime, we've worked out with District 7 that if we need to fill bottles, we can do that at one of their stations with the fill station, either Station 31 or Station 71. You guys already met firefighter paramedic Ryan Green. He started September 1. On the staffing portion of it, all of our part-timers are now signed off as thirds. So we don't have any fourths anymore. Everybody is shift certified. A few of the part-timers are still working on their 8-car driving checkoffs, but essentially we don't have any fourths currently. Everybody is considered a third. And then I did a breakdown in July and August of the overtime, sick leave, vacation, Kelly time, and part-time hours. So do you guys have any questions on that report?
I was kind of wondering what kind of rigs go out of Station 40?
None.
None.
Right now, none. It's a storage station. We have the MCI currently out there, but currently we don't staff it. So no rigs are being deployed out of there. If the MCI rig was called, say Everett, or we had an MCI type incident, that rig could be requested, and one of the on-duty crews would have to go to that station to pick that rig up and respond to it.
Commissioner, are you asking about the calls in that where?
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
I was asking about the calls.
Yeah, that's kind of a holdover of how ERS did things. We've actually changed the grid numbers and changed the way it's going to do that. You'll stop seeing 40. We still got the grid numbers numbered, so we can easily, like, if that would be more of a once a year thing. So if you guys want to see how many calls would have been in that station, we can do that, but it'll be another layer down, so that normally the stats are going to come out whichever station went to that, which is mostly 43, but 41 does have some of that area. So you will start to see that 40 go away in his reports, and because our grid numbers got changed in July, which means that's where it's changed over in CAD. It doesn't come out until they do update pushes, and I don't know if that's even happened or not. They happen just when they need them, so sometimes it's once a month, sometimes it's 2 months, so that'll get changed, and then it'll get changed into our ESO. So we are changing that a little bit to be a little more accurate, but still have the data available if and when we want to know what 40 would do if we would staff it. We'll still be able to go get that. It's just going to be one layer down instead of how we report every day.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we get any other questions?
No, thank you for that report.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Chief Gatterman, did you have anything?
I don't have anything at this point. Thank you.
I have a couple things. First, we have a mediation call on our lawsuit as soon as I get done with this. That's about the only update I have on that. If anything comes of that, we'll talk about it at the next meeting. Daryl Heike obtained his bachelor's degree, so I would like to, on record, congratulate him for getting that accomplishment. And as you can see from Jason, the interim process has started. Jason's our first interim DC. That also caused Daryl Heike to be promoted to battalion chief. First out of grades, out of classes, working up, however you want to call it, have started with the interim part. So I think everybody's doing a good job so far. And then as you saw with the COTS and the I'm just kind of working on a little bit of the capital budget that we had talked about in November so that we can get a few things wrapped up before we start a new budget process, which is going to start in October. So in a couple of meetings, we'll start the first initial parts of the budget process. And yeah, I can take that off again. I think that's it for my comments and staff comments.
Okay. Commissioner comments?
I participated in the September 3rd Snow Isle Commissioners meeting that night. Yeah. And so I guess I'm getting football. Okay. Anyway, they were talking about the radio system being approved and sent to Motorola. So I thought that was interesting that, but they didn't have a good handle, I thought, on how they were going to phase it in, but
They never do.
maybe the chief knows more about that.
No, it's still pretty much up in the air. They're trying to figure out. They've got a rough draft of the portable radios, and that's really it. And that's a pretty rough draft, starting in I think, December
Right.
or January. January, I think, starts after the first of the year.
Okay.
I expect that to change a few times.
Right. And then I was wondering if we wanted to, us commissioners wanted to participate in one of the seminars that are coming up. I know there's some registration fees and so forth like that. How would we go about signing up and having those fees paid?
We have some forms in here, so we just have to get that filled out. Bring the, print off the page of the registration, and then we will work you through that.
Okay. That's not, I just, new chief does things a little different than past. So I just want to make sure, we know what the proper way of going about doing that. So it's good accountability and things like that.
Yeah, Jason assures me that he would do it all for you.
Okay. So that's, there's still a position open on the board for Snow Isle commissioners. So if one or the other of you would like to be on that position.
That's okay. I have enough on my plate at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, I just wanted you to know that.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Is that
Those
it?
are all my comments, so thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Merritt? Any
Nope, I
comments?
don't have any comments.
Okay, well, the only comment I have is congratulations again to Daryl Heike for his bachelor's degree. I know getting a bachelor's degree when you're first out of high school and go to college is one thing, but when you are working and have a family and then have to do all that, it's a significant undertaking, and I appreciate his efforts and congratulations on the result. And that's all I had. Any other things before we close our meeting? So with that, we will adjourn at 8:29 hours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't make it down. I said I'll let your audio went off.
There.
Yeah, I said I'll let you know if for some magical reason I can't make it down there.